Coming to you live from FunkShop TV Studios in Vancouver, Washington, the Cube. It is FunkShop TV Season 3. I'm your host, Tom, along with my co-host today, Paul, DJ Biggz. I'm just kidding. We're both hosts. Today we're just chatting around. We'd like to also welcome CJ. We'd also like to welcome my Facebook viewers who are live on as well. Good morning to everyone. How you doing, Biggz?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
I gotta fix our names.
I'm Josh and Tom. I like the exclamation point.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You don't have an exclamation point. You know why you don't have an exclamation point?
I'm not that important.
You don't have a chat command. You know why you don't have a chat command?
Because I don't have a Twitter account.
Because you don't have a Twitter account.
That's right.
Because you are not social media savvy, so there's no reason for people to click on any links for Tom because Tom doesn't have any.
Well, I use T-Mobile.
CJ, hey, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Did you say I use T-Mobile?
I use T-Mobile.
So does Shawn.
It doesn't matter. Don't listen to what I say.
We usually don't, Tom.
I understand.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty. I like how you like this. Call this your podcast again.
I know.
Is this your show?
No, not really.
This is the Tom show, everybody.
There. I'll just put everyone on the monitor.
This is the Tom show.
I can't figure out how to reverse my damn Facebook Live.
The Tom show that goes live every single day, and Tom's here about 3% of the time.
Lately, it's been about 80% of the time if you take the last 5 days.
If you consider how many minutes this show has been live, you have definitely not been here 80%, even over the last week.
I will fully not disagree with you.
You can't.
I will fully not disagree with you. How's that?
CJ said, sorry I haven't been here for a time. I've just been busy. Man, don't apologize. We appreciate everybody that gets involved in chat. We appreciate everybody that watches it. And we never expect anybody to be here because we all have lives. Believe it or not, even I do.
How about the Blazers last night? Huge victory over the Utah Jazz. I was fortunate enough to get there. My buddy gave me some tickets at a pretty reasonable rate, like half price. So thank you to my friend Justin Levinger. I know you're not listening right now because you're working, but on the rare chance you do watch us on Syndicate or YouTube, thank you, Justin, for those tickets. They were absolutely wonderful seats. I didn't say the end of the game. It was like a 30-point blowout by the third period. Blazers scored like 45, 46 points in the first quarter alone without starting center Nurkic. So it was pretty impressive.
You didn't even stay for the game, the end?
It was a blowout. It was like 25-point lead when I left with like 5 minutes left in the fourth. I had to catch the max.
Oh, gotcha.
And yeah, I was getting tired. Yeah.
Gotcha. You maxed to.
Yeah, we maxed home. Word. So. That's for sports. Weather's nice. That's it for sports.
That's it for sports.
Super Bowl Sunday is coming up around the corner. I'm going to do a little Super Bowl party at my house. It's a clean and sober environment, and should be lots of fun. Big, so you're welcome. So is the cast and crew. FunkShop TV. I'm sure you're probably
Duane
working.
will be here. Shawn's taking the day off so he can get caught up on some work.
We could run the podcast from my place.
No, we can't.
We cannot run the podcast.
Are we going to take all of this gear to your place when you're having a Super Bowl shindig at your house, bro? We are not going live. That is such a distraction. That is a great idea for you, because you can go live on your FunkShop TV Tom Twitch.
I can.
You can.
I really can. I got the capabilities.
See, that's what I'm saying. You should.
Yeah.
You definitely should.
I need a better phone. I know. Let's not get into it. I could use my laptop, get a Logitech cam. I get it.
I get it. Oh,
yeah.
A better
phone. I like going live on location actually with my phone. This phone I have right now is full, so I need to upgrade. That's all it is.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start right off today on some kind of scary stuff. CJ, how's the audio out there? Are the mics and the background music loud enough? Can you hear everything all right? Tom.
How am I sounding, huh?
Tom's mic sound all right?
Am I sounding good? You guys hear me okay out there to my viewers? Typically they mute my mic, so anything above mute is a good day for this guy.
That's really not a lie.
I'm not far from it.
Really not a lie.
We're definitely not far from a lie on that one.
So getting right into some stuff. I saw this picture while scrolling this morning, and to me it looks like something that it looks like a scene that Shawn's working on for one of his 3D rendering film projects. But this is real. You know what that is?
It looks like downtown Chicago.
Okay.
And some real It's like this White Sox are freezing over.
That's Lake Michigan.
That's like frozen Lake Michigan.
Frozen Lake Michigan.
Wow, those look like stalactites. If I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Kind of look like stalactites.
What's the difference between a stalactite and a stalagmite?
Stalactites come from the top, and stalagmites come from the bottom.
Wow, nice job.
I could leave the show now knowing that I'm actually somewhat smart on one subject
nice.
at least.
That's impressive. I am impressed.
You're welcome. That one's free.
Oh, great.
That one's free on the house, buddy.
Great. So, the Chicago area has record low temperatures thanks to the polar vortex. This is bringing record cold. So you know how the polar vortex works? There's this swirl of cold energy and cold air above the North Pole. Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes it splits and breaks off and starts to dissipate downward a little bit, and that's what we're dealing with in the eastern side of the United States, Canada, obviously. But they are hitting. The dangerous cold continues Thursday for the Chicago area with sub-zero temperatures continuing through the day. Temperatures have dropped to negative 21 at O'Hare Airport, which sets a record low for January 31st in Chicago. The previous record low for January 31st was negative 12, set in 1985. The all-time record low for any time in Chicago is negative 27.
Wow. Pretty cold.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Well, it's like sunny and 45 degrees. I'm not going to complain.
Here?
It's not raining. I'm looking outside, right outside our studio window.
Yesterday, yesterday and today we're
looking pretty good. Bless you.
Excuse me.
I know I don't know what a damn polar vortex
is.
Just because a person has been to Disneyland and they rode the freaking ride that has stalactites and stalagmites, because I used to live in Southern California.
I did too.
Does not know. I have no idea what the polar vortex is.
I've been to Disneyland probably.
So when I nod and say yeah and nod to you, but my eyes look glazed over, like you might as well be talking to your pen, means I don't know shit about something.
Okay, so that may not be true. With the stalagmites and stalactites.
I do know what those are, but I don't know what a polar vortex is. So thank you for clearing that up.
Oh, no problem, no problem.
That was above my pay grade, bro.
It's kind of what keeps the glaciers growing, because the cold air spins and spins and spins, and it keeps the moisture going up this vortex.
So really, it wasn't an ice glacier that sunk the Titanic. It was a polar vortex.
Oh, it was still an ice glacier that sunk the Titanic.
I like to call it a polar vortex.
Where was the Titanic when it sunk?
Yeah. When did it sink?
When?
When?
I don't know.
30 something?
Where was it though?
Atlantic Ocean.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think it was in Antarctica.
No, I think it was
anywhere near the North Pole.
Actually, you know what? Here's what happened. My dad was a merchant marine, and he told me that because my dad was old enough when he passed away. He was 81 years old. This is it'll be 8 years in January, so my dad passed away. But he worked on ships. He worked on freighters, and he said, you know what? Captains of ships have big egos, right? The Titanic could have been easily avoided. They knew about the ice glacier, but he wanted to make a record time. You know, he wanted to. Kind of like the Amtrak train in Seattle that derailed up in Tacoma.
And he thought his boat could.
He thought his boat could. He thought he was able to get past that ice glacier. My dad strongly believes, and I believe my dad was very smart. He was an engineer. He said that it was probably the captain's ego. They wanted to feel that they could have just maneuvered right around that ice. That they had plenty of notification there was a glacier, and they just didn't do nothing about it. Wow. Kind of like that Amtrak station, that flagship run, the maiden voyage for the one going from Seattle to Portland that derailed last year and came off the freeway. That could have been avoided too. But again, that was the conductor or the engineer's ego. The engineer actually drives the train. It was the engineer's ego that got in the way. That could have that tragic incident could have been easily avoided. Wow.
I never paid attention to that. So.
And I talked to people actually that I knew that were in the that are still in the rail industry. They do they do the freight trains, but I did talk to a guy that I know that's a conductor that in Utah, and he said, yeah, that could have been easily avoided. And my conductor and engineer retired friends here from the railroad that I just know from other things, they all agree that should have been easily avoided. You know, either one, the guy was not paying attention, or two, his ego got in the way. So when somebody says your ego can kill you, those are some good examples. If not, it might not kill you, might injure or kill others.
Man, that's crazy to think that one person just being cocky could have changed the outcome of a lot of people's lives.
And I think he was looking probably at risk and reward. If you're on a maiden voyage on a train that's a high-speed Amtrak train that's supposed to reduce your travel time by 40% from Seattle to Portland, think about it. If you make that record time, you're a hero, and next thing you know, tickets are being sold.
Right.
But now it's damage control. Now it's FEMA. Now it's on national CNN news, because of one mistake. Thinking the guy could make that turn, 80 miles per hour when it's like a 35 mile per hour grade tops.
Wow. Yeah, I never thought. I thought maybe it was a cocky captain that thought he was going to be able to bust through the glacier. And that's why he wasn't afraid to hit it. But
I felt like making a sign at the Blazers game last night, jumping around, that says, "I'm from Vancouver, Washington, and no, I don't have measles." Or, I don't have measles, go Blazers.
Maybe that's a good way for, if you get stuck with some shitty seats, have a sign that says, "Go Blazers from Vancouver, Washington." Maybe people will move out of your way thinking that you have measles.
All I know is
you'd have it courtside.
I had good seats. They're expensive seats. And guess what? There was not a kid around me in sight, so I know it was fine. The kids go at the 300 level because the parents, you have family 4. You're figuring 4 tickets at $20. Oh, there's $80 in tickets plus the max ride. There's another $20. And max
you
there's
can get
$100.
Blazer tickets for $20.
You can. You were able to get them as low as $8 in StubHubs for last night's game.
Oh wow!
But at the top, nosebleeds.
Right.
But still, I don't like to sit up that high unless I have to. If I have free tickets, I'll go. But I'm in that's 15 rows up, letter B. It's not bad.
Wow.
It goes double letters, and then I got single letters. So I second row in the single letters, which is pretty awesome because you're right at the good height, too. And in the corner, you don't have the backboard to block your angle. And you see a lot of post moves and block shots and whatnot. So I kind of like the corner underneath the hoop, but off to the side where the backboard and the whole contraption is not blocking your view.
I don't really go to basketball games, period, so that's cool.
I'll help you with your knowledge. You can live vicariously. How about Seahawks games?
I've been to a few.
You've been to Seahawks games, right? Too?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've been to a few Blazer games, too.
They're fun. I mean, I'm not touching the ball when they hand it down. So the Blazers, if you're not familiar with the Blazers, so part of their tradition of every home court game, they start the game ball at the very top, basically at the rafters, at the 300 level nosebleed seats, right? And they pass the game ball down from the 300 level, and they're dropping it down to the 200 level luxury suites, and they drop it to the 100, so the ball finally makes half court. Actually, a kid from Evergreen High School was there presenting the game ball. I'm not touching that goddamn game ball.
No.
All the measles from that 300 level, I'm not touching the damn game ball. No way.
Why do you say the measles are in the 300 level?
That's where all the kids are that are under 10.
All of them? Because I've sat courtyard with a 10-year-old, probably 5th row.
Most families of 4, when they take their kids out to the game, they sit nosebleeds because
a lot of people, it's just their father and son going to the game, though.
It could, but like the families,
What stereotyping people? Just because
I'm just going with years of research and going to the Blazer games, and
you are not going.
I was polling last night.
Research.
I will bring out my tablet.
Shit.
I had a pen and paper, and I was tallying all the 300, all the people going up the escalators.
You were too busy taking pictures so you could post them on Facebook and say, "Look at me! I've got good seats at a Blazer game," so you could rub it into anybody else that might want to be there.
You want to hear the funniest thing about that, Paul? No, you want to hear the funniest thing? We were so in a hurry. I was waiting for my buddy to whatever, right? And so we were late getting to doesn't matter. We got to the Max station, right? And check this out. I was in such a hurry to get to the Max, and this person that I was with never rode the Max before. It was like my bride from Russia. Whole different story. But but I left my phone in my car. And you know what? I actually watched the game this time and borrowed his phone for the pictures. I told my buddy Luke, I go, hey, I'm going to go ahead and open up Messenger, and I'm going to use your phone. I'm going to message myself from your phone. So that's how I got those pictures. But I found myself, most of the time I go to games, I'm on my phone playing on social media, bragging about the seats that I got because someone was nice enough to give them to me, opposed to watching the game. I actually watched the game and actually had a good time. So maybe for me, I should probably leave the phone in the car more often.
That's probably a good idea.
And anyone that knows me that's watching from home will probably agree with that one. Jeff in the box.
Jeff in the box.
Who's Jeff?
Jeff in the box is a regular.
Hey, Jeff in the box. Welcome.
Our homie.
How about CJ's Bucket or CJ's Hucket?
CJ Shuckett.
CJ Shuckett. Anyone else on tonight? Yeah,
CJ Shuck.
Yeah, CJ Shuckett. Who's CJ? Do we know him personally, or is he just one of our viewers?
You might meet him personally someday, but he lives in the Europe.
Awesome. Well, if you ever come back, man, I'll at least have a couch
One of
for
our
you,
brothers
buddy.
across the pond, CJ and Undead Unicorn. Jeff said, "Holy Funko Pops." Yeah, I decided to do something a little different. I wanted the cloth with the Public Enemy banner that I have behind me. It was attached to a stand, and it's literally right behind me. And I wanted some more breathing room, so I took that down to open things up around here yesterday. There's a few more inches on that side of the table too. I don't know if you noticed, but
I was able to get back around a little bit easier today.
yeah,
I just figured because there's no other co-hosts on here, so
no, there's actually more space. We rearranged things a little bit yesterday, so things are more comfortable and breathable out here.
looks good.
So we don't get claustrophobic when we're sitting out here for 5 hours.
You have a lot of pops. What are those pop dolls? I'm not familiar.
Funko Pops are actually they've become a global collector's item.
Okay.
But it's basically little plastic PVC dolls of pop culture.
Right.
Their office is actually in Everett, Washington.
Okay, so
But
local.
they're well known all over the world.
Are they worth anything?
It depends on which one you got.
Okay.
There's some you can pick them up for $10 at Fred Meyer's, but hang on to them for a little bit, and you never know which ones are exclusive or which ones are mass production.
Right.
Which ones get in higher demand. There are Funko Pops out there worth thousands of dollars.
Right.
Literally. There's different variations. Like there's a Notorious B.I.G. one back there that he's got a crown on and a black coat. But if you have the red coat version, it's worth hundreds of dollars, like $700-800.
Like that penny. Are you familiar with this one? There's a penny out there, like a 1940.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We should bring that up when we get through all the, preliminary stuff. Any of our viewers know that?
He says preliminary stuff like we have some sort of schedule. Where you been, Tom?
I'm just pretending like we do.
Yeah,
in case you're just joining us from home.
Jeff said, I want the Simpsons collection, but they're like $250 or more each. Yeah, before I got any Funko Pops, I wanted the Jungle Book ones. The original movie, because Jungle Book is my favorite movie. But I was looking into it, and to get the entire collection, it would have been $1,500 to $2,000. I'm like, I'm not spending that on plastic toys.
No.
Not a chance.
What if you had the money? Would you?
If I had money to piss away, yeah, I probably would.
I don't have money to piss away right now, but I'd like to bring to the attention to our viewing audience. These are, let's take a vote, because, these right here are some pretty amazing boots, I have to say. We should, look at that, huh? These are pretty amazing.
What kind of boots are those?
Yes.
Doc Martens.
Yes.
Huh?
No, they're just guess.
Oh, guess?
Yes.
Oh.
They're snazzy, I think, My friend Mandy liked them. So.
They look like something that should be a movie prop for, like, Mad Max or some shit.
Man, I look like I have, like, a size 15 boot when I put up there.
Jeff, you know what? That's a good point. I'll do one for tomorrow, for sure. We'll give away a couple tomorrow. How about that?
Maybe an auction? Oh.
No, we do a raffle, dude.
We do a raffle? Okay.
Where have you been, Tom?
I have no idea, man. At least I'm alive right now, so that's all good.
You're breathing.
Oh.
That's a step in the right direction.
Oh, Colin Mallory. My buddy Colin's coming in from Hawaii tonight, 9 p.m. That's awesome.
Nice.
And if you're looking for a good chiropractor, let's see Dr. Mallory on 117th in Brush Prairie.
How many people watching are actually in Vancouver, Washington? None.
I'm watching the monitor right here.
One.
See, we got the monitor right. If I look this way, I'm looking at me. I'm looking at you on the monitor and in front of me, so that's always good.
Shout out to the chiropractor in Vancouver, Washington that you viewers are never going to see.
Here's our old producer
What's
Michael.
happening?
What's that? You got to go to work?
Oh, not yet.
You want to sit in for a minute?
Oh, I am.
Are you? Sweet. Love Michael. This is like the coolest guy ever next to
Where
Biggz.
can I sit?
Probably cooler than
You
both
can
of
sit
you.
either.
Biggz.
Take a pick.
You want to sit on the
Okay,
producer
he
board.
pointed over here, so I'm going to sit
Take
over
the
here.
producer board,
Okay.
man. Because we already have the camera up and running. You're going to be Duce. Don't take a Duce. If your name is Duce, don't take a Duce.
Now, which one's his chair? Because I heard not to sit in the chair.
Oh, he gets mad.
What?
We already know that.
Which one's Shawn's chair?
That's it.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'll just tell him to get out.
Put your mic to your face. There
All
you
right.
go.
There we go.
Look at that. Michael's
right.
joining us.
I finally
this
made it
morning.
after what? Working so much
If I'm
time?
here 3% of the time,
Whoops, wrong
he
button.
lives here and he's here like 2.5% of the time.
Times.
I will clap to that too.
Yeah, but they do
Thank you,
spends
thank
like.
you.
Welcome
No,
back,
we
Michael.
Did not. We did not get our chicken yet, and we did not get an email back. I'm definitely going to have to get some of that chicken today because I am having chicken withdrawals.
You want me to run to Ezell's real quick? I'll be back in 6 hours.
Good morning, Mom. Mom's watching.
Hey, Mom.
Morning,
Good
Mom.
morning.
Ezell's. Oh,
Morning.
that's even better.
I will run to Ezell's right now. Go to my doctor's appointment. I
I'm
haven't
not
scheduled
funding
yet.
that one because that's a long trip.
I know, but it's fun. Like,
And honestly, you may not believe this or not, dude. Whether or not you do, I don't care. Ezell's is fantastic. Ezell's, Jeff said, those bastards talking about crispy, crunchy chicken. Ezell's really is fantastic. Some of the best chicken, but I think crispy, crunchy chicken inside the Chevron on 99th Street in Hazelden is better.
really, 99th Street. So 99 and what?
Yeah, you know where the Applebee's is in Hazelden?
Yeah, right there.
That Chevron right across. From
Are you
that complex.
serious?
Bro, they're limited
Really?
hours, so
They're
they close at like 3 on Sundays. I called them at 4 on Sunday because I was gonna get like 40 chicken strips and a few sides for everybody. But they're like, we just closed. I'm like, how do you close at 4 on a Sunday? What is wrong? This is not Utah.
Right? And people are
Because
off.
it's not even
People are
open on
going to want
Sunday.
something to eat.
Really? Is it that good? Better than Popeyes and Churches and Vantucky Fried
Bro,
Chicken?
It dookies on all of those.
Really? So if I did like the Pepsi Challenge, because we have Popeyes pretty close to our studio here,
Yeah.
and I could run down to Hazelden 99th by the Applebee's, right?
And you could swing by KFC on the way back.
I was keep swinging by, might as well, and then go to like Tacoma for
You-
Churches. I'll be back in a few
know what?
hours.
When Churches first came to this area, like the metro area of Portland, it was in Woodland. And I used to drive up there just to get Churches.
Really?
Yeah, like once a week because I love Churches that much. That Churches was good. And then Churches came and took over the old A&W by Covington Junior High.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Do you remember it being there?
No, I just remember that A&W.
Exactly. It lasted about that long.
That long.
Well, I think you were living in Colorado at the time or Utah.
Maybe.
Um,
Or California. Or wherever. I've lived all over.
It wasn't really that long ago, but
Probably
I think
so.
it only lasted maybe 2 years
Wow.
because they're franchised, and the person that opened that franchise
Huh?
sucked.
Well, yeah, plus there's too many white people
He
in
didn't
that
abide
area.
by the recipe or nothing.
They need to move it to Portland. Yeah, we go like MLK.
You can't go on MLK because there was already 2 Popeyes and Churches on
Think of the Auto Mall.
Churches and MLK.
It'd be like an Auto Mall for chicken houses.
Right?
Yeah.
Excuse my sarcasm. That is a fantastic name. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Excuse my
I
sarcasm.
just realized that it's still
Welcome.
11 a.m. So
Ah.
there's this video that's going viral. Are you going to go get chicken? Never mind. There's
I
this
will.
video that's going viral. I could have Jess get it, but she's watching her nephew that we obtained last night about 6 p.m., and he's still here. So
Do you guys adopt him or just obtain him? Or
we might as well.
do you guys
Yeah.
detain him? Is that what happened? You were
Michael, what's
detained?
up, man? You know what? Tom made a good point, but Tom has been on behind a microphone on this set
I've seen
way
it.
more than you have over the last month.
I've seen that. Like, you've been showing up all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Can you remember the last time you were actually part of a cast?
No.
Son of a
I think it
gun.
was shortly right after.
2 p.m. in Detroit. Shout out to Detroit. Man, it's cold
Detroit.
out there right now, ain't it?
That's like
Yeah.
a polar vortex worth of cold right there.
Yeah, polar
there might be
vortex
some
with the cold.
stalactites up above.
might be showing up.
You might
yeah.
be walking through your living room with stalactites
Yeah,
above and stalagmites down below.
Yeah, whatever weather we get here, I notice it goes over there and it gets really cold and it starts to snow over on that end. Like how that.
Not
like,
necessarily. It's crazy that, like, we think the United States is so small on a global scale, but our weather is so drastically different from just within a few miles, really. But yeah, the polar vortex that's split open and creating this super wave of extra cold air going, covering our eastern United States and the
Yeah.
Midwest. Excuse my sarcasm, said hit like negative 31 last night with a wind chill.
ooh.
Could you imagine that? Like
Negative
imagine
31.
taking a walk around the block in negative 31 degree
And
with a
wind
wind
chill.
chill, negative 31 degree weather.
With your Speedo only.
Now I did see a report that there was a guy. Maybe I shouldn't say guy. It could have been a woman.
Never know these days. We don't want to offend
Someone
anyone.
with a lot of money decided to go and rent like 80 hotel rooms for homeless people that could not get into shelters because there was no room.
Wow,
That's
that's
very awesome,
yeah,
man.
that's really
Yeah.
good people.
Whoever-
right there.
So there's good humans out in the world still.
They're out there somewhere.
It's nice. It's
Yeah.
nice to know that there are still good humans out there.
I'm really happy because I got my mod fixed. You guys ever seen this? This is This is a mag mod by Smock. It's got a clip. So I'm at the Blazer game yesterday.
Hey.
Huh.
Quit materializing on this show if they're not paying us.
Okay, so this is a mod. It's got a clip, and I walked in the Blazer Arena and go, look, I'm unarmed.
Hit the orange button. We'll just go ahead and mute Tom's mic again.
Again.
That'll be like a normal podcast. So there's a viral video going around.
And they bag on me for not showing up. I show up, I get muted anyways, Michael.
Stick to etiquette. So we're gonna watch this video. Oh, by blowing it up, it's really grainy, but this video is viral and nobody has a copyright on it, so we can play it without getting our ish shut down. Excuse my sarcasm. Said one country over had a fire at a gas plant. I saw that, and the governor wants us to set the furnaces to 64 degrees. So there was a fire at the gas plant. They lost a whole bunch of natural gas. So the governor is asking the community to set their furnaces to 64 degrees.
That's like my house. My house is 63 degrees right now.
Wow.
Maybe 65 because all my tenants are getting sick for some reason.
Ours is
So I
set at
turned up my
73.
temperature.
73.
I set mine at 65 and I'm hot.
Jeff said it will break soon. We have a crap ton of issues with that mag.
Oh, the mag?
Yes,
Yeah,
he's a retailer for
Jeff,
stuff like that.
Check this out. So Jeff in the box.
Quit blowing that in here.
Huh?
Nobody's smoking cigars in here. Nobody's smoking cigarettes in here. You're not going to vape in here. If you want to vape, go outside.
Okay, so I listen well. So this is a common failure, Jeff, on the mag. Correct me if I'm wrong. These 4 screws here in the bottom, they actually all came undone like one by one. So instead of buying the new $65 mag from eBay, I just went ahead.
Humans build the wall.
I went ahead and went to the computer repair shop down the street from our studio and got 4 mini screws. But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. That is a definitely common failure, is having those screws at the bottom come out. So when that happens, just go to a computer repair shop. They usually have a ton of laptop screws, and that's all I did.
Word.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was free too. I'll go, can I buy you guys coffee or something? Like, no, don't worry about it, man. It's the screws.
All right.
No handy or anything? No? Okay, cool. I'm leaving.
Okay, man.
I can't offer you a
wrong
broken finger handy with the World Series ring. I mean, how many people said they have got that?
So I'm going to pause Pretzel for a minute and get into this video. When you guys, hopefully you can make it out. I know it's really pixelated, but Jeff said that's one issue, but the bottom of it will slowly not lock. Hey!
Everything is all
Thanks for the follow.
right.
Excuse my sarcasm. Did that scare you guys?
No.
I just peed myself a little bit.
Good.
A little tinkle there. Just
Yeah.
Jeff said that's one issue, but the bottom of it will slowly not lock in properly and not make a secure connection with the
That's
batteries.
true. It's already happening. Even though I did that repair yesterday, I am losing connection where I have to.
Isn't that funny? He was
Where I
just
have to, like,
bragging
drop
about
this
how
out
awesome
and then
it,
throw
how
it back
awesome
in.
it is, and now he's admitting how shitty it is.
Yeah.
My other one, I would have to keep constantly pushing the. I had like a Synvius. I think I'm saying that right, Jeff. A Synvius. It's like a cheap Chinese knockoff mod.
You know, we
No, but I've
it
seen
was only
nobody
you,
do
me,
that.
and Anthony that did that.
Yeah.
Like nobody else wanted to get involved in doing those.
What?
No.
So we've got the sound effect buttons. So when you hear one, you're supposed to kind of mimic it.
Okay.
So anytime you hear the laughter button, everybody's supposed to go. And when you hear the applause, and when you hear the boo button, and when you hear the Tom said something stupid button, and then
Blow up people's
you have the Trump tweeted button.
Yeah, I'm like, yes.
He's like,
Make America great again.
Mute his mic. And then you have the
$5 if you don't. No, don't do it. I'll give you right to work.
and then you have the Trump is speaking button.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
So, Michael, speaking of 3 monkeys, how'd that go the other night? The night I
Don't
showed-
bring up personal shit on the fucking podcast. What's wrong with you?
We can make up. Oh, that blonde girl?
Okay,
She was
anyways.
hot.
So this
The
video
blonde, I
is,
think she was Hispanic, about 23,
you're
24.
really quick. You're really close to getting muted. Okay? Stick with the program. We don't talk about
Michael's on the program. He's part of the program.
we don't talk about personal stuff. Should we put your personal business out there?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. Moving right along.
I've never slept with a porn star.
This video is going viral, and it's at a hot dog stand in L.A. So when you watch the video and then you find out what happened after the video, you might be as appalled as me.
Wow.
Those are girls.
What in the heck? That's horrible. Wow.
So that makes him a big man for doing that?
Let's bring that back one more time. Look.
Wow.
Okay. Now, let's
That
count.
guy can
First
knock
girl,
out people
first girl,
bigger than me.
He throws her.
second girl. First girl gets back up, knocks her down again. Second girl, again. First girl, third time.
Well, he's watched that video we played yesterday.
Yeah, that's
of that
not
girl.
a dude. That's a big freaking gorilla.
That's like Ray. What's that guy from the Ravens?
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis, or not Ray Lewis, but the running back guy that was. I don't know if it's the
Boom.
The guy that
Boom.
was in the elevator, not Ray
Boom.
Lewis.
And this was over a hot dog?
Boom. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. We'll get into that. Let's.
I'm sure he's in
Now
custody.
this girl,
by now.
the girl in the white coat,
Mm-hmm.
takes 3 punches, gets back up every time. Shout out to the girl in the white coat
Shout out, seriously.
because she's a gangster.
She could probably do MMA.
Yeah,
She's got a
excuse
chick
my
for MMA.
sarcasm. We want to know why nobody stepped in too. That's the. I've seen this video posted numerous times and in the comments everywhere. Why didn't anybody step in? That's what I want to know. I don't
'Cause they
care
didn't
how
wanna
big the
get
dude
punched?
was. I would rather take a hit than watch these girls get hit.
Yeah.
It's probably the right thing to do.
That's the society.
It's
This
a
is-
man thing to do.
Now
too.
this is L.A., so you know where people there is
You
no.
never know. There could be some retaliation from other friends and gang members.
I'm
or who knows
yeah.
what.
Nobody pulled out a pistol and shot the dude. Obviously, this girl in the white coat, she is not. She's a fighter. She's
Yeah.
a scrapper.
Yeah.
Because a girl doesn't get hit like that and get up twice
Right.
to do it again. Mom said then the chicken shit dude ran away. What a big man. Yeah, of course. He's got a big beard. He was bothering the hot dog vendor. Girls told him to chill. He knocked them out. That's exactly what happened.
I think he's
So
either in
excuse-
jail or shaved.
Excuse my sarcasm. Knows the story.
I think he's either in jail right now or has shaved his beard and bleached his hair blonde.
He turned himself
Trying
in.
to hide.
Did he?
Yeah.
Good.
Now he is
That's-
in jail on charges of assault with a deadly weapon. So I'm not sure if he actually had a wepen or because of his size.
His size?
He might be a fighter. If he's a professional fighter, your fists are deadly weapons.
They are
Yeah.
deadly weapons.
If you're a trained fighter.
He might have some. I hate to be a.
Excuse my sarcasm. Said I'm an ex-bouncer, so I just automatically step in, and I live in Detroit. We all live in the club.
Love the D.
Most of us work in the nightclub industry, so yeah. And I've actually DJ'd in Detroit before. Shout out to Detroit.
I'm not sure you'd say.
But yeah, he turned himself in. Let's watch this one more time,
I'm in the nighttime industry.
and then I'm going to tell you the nightlife industry.
Yeah, I'm in the nighttime industry.
That
Come
girl
on,
in the
something.
white coat, though, man. Whew. Shout out to her. Shout out
If
to
he's
her.
trained, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, thank you from the Big D.
So, what happened? They're at a hot dog stand in L.A. He's mad at how long it's taking him to get his hot dog because it's nightclub hours on a weekend.
A lot of people in
There's a
line
lot of people in L.A. at the
Yeah.
hot dog stand.
trying to get
So
something to eat.
he's giving the hot dog vendor a hard time because it's taking so long to get his hot dog. So these girls are like, "Yo, chill, you'll get your hot dog." So he's still going on and on, telling them to shut up. Telling the girls, mind your own business. So the vendor actually ends up giving him his hot dog. He didn't have to pay for it. He gave it to him so he'd shut the fuck up. Say, "Here's your hot dog. Here." Okay?
And then he proceeded.
So then he was running his mouth. The girls told him to shut up. So the confrontation escalated, and he ended up punching the chicks.
He got a free hot dog, punched 2 chicks, turned
Jeff
himself
said
in.
she's probably crazy in bed. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to mess with her. I wouldn't mess with her. No
She
way.
would
That's
definitely do
the
things
kind of
to
girl.
you that you would not admit to your friends the next day.
That is the kind of girl that you have as a bestie, because if you ever have a girlfriend that gets out of line, you let her deal with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And your best will put you in check, too.
Oh,
Hey.
shit. He worked at St. Andrews Hall. That's what's up. I know Big Steel, and I worked for Interscope for 9 years, so I am no stranger to the entire shady camp. But Big Steel is a homie. He lives in L.A., and he was the one that actually, one of the guys that was involved in that battle rap scene in 8 Mile.
Along with you and Michael and 2 others that we know.
I was definitely not in that movie.
I was definitely not in that movie. I haven't even
Definitely
seen the
not.
full movie. Can
8
you believe
Mile?
that? I'm a huge Eminem
I mean,
fan.
that doesn't really surprise me.
It kind of starts off slow and I get bored and I fall asleep.
You're pretty white. I mean,
I'm more yellow than you, nigga.
no. What do you...
I mean, I don't know what else
Man,
to
you're
say
an
for Asian.
What
Can
a
we-
dummy.
It was with an A and an H somewhere in there.
So, moving right along, I was hoping Shawn would be here because I would like to get Shawn's input on this next article. The headline is 25 Democrats join the GOP to advance anti-boycott bill Bernie Sanders warns violates Americans' First Amendment rights. So it's a vile law that aimed at suppressing our democratic rights and silencing those fighting for solidarity with Palestinians would even make it to the Senate floor, declared one American Jewish advocacy group. In the Senate's first vote since the government shutdown ended last week, 25 Democrats teamed up with a Republican majority Monday night to advance anti-boycott legislation that the Palestinian rights group and civil libertarians have denounced as a brazen attack on First Amendment rights of those protesting the brutal Israeli occupation. It's a vile law that aimed at suppressing our democratic rights and silencing those fighting for solidarity with the Palestinians would even make it to the Senate floor, declared, if not now, an American Jewish advocacy group following the 74-19 vote. Shame on our community's establishment for pushing this bill forward. Here are the 25 Democrats, including Senator Angus King from Maine, who caucuses with the Democratic Party, although he's independent, who voted with the GOP to advance the anti-boycott legislation. Yeah, you're still Josh.
Thank you for picking up on that. I just did. I'm still Josh.
Yeah.
For those of you who know, my real name is Tom. Josh is not with us today. He has the flu or something, and we'll hopefully be back tomorrow.
And since Tom's going to insist on continuing to be a disruption, we're just going to go ahead and take him out of the picture.
Perfect. I got to. I'll be right
25
back.
Democrats, including Senator Angus King, who is actually an independent from Maine, who caucuses with the Democratic Party, voted with the GOP to advance the anti-boycott legislation. There's an entire list of them. Well, the 25 Democratic senators who crossed the aisle were denounced for voting to end. You're about to get knocked out. I'm glad you think it's funny. Lose direction. Well, the 25 Democratic senators who crossed the aisle were denounced for voting to end debate on Senate Bill 1, S1, which legal experts have declared is unconstitutional. The 19 Democrats and one independent who voted no were applauded for taking a firm stand for free expression. So, excuse my sarcasm, said props to you guys for doing politics on Twitch. We always do politics, and a lot of times it turns into a fight or a very heated debate. But we have to. If people are not informing themselves, so we have to use whatever platforms we can to kind of educate people, and that's what we try to do. And I try to remain non-biased, but my bias shines like a diamond.
Well, sometimes when you got something to say, say it and bring it out.
Well, and if we're not informing one another and spreading, like, this is an actual bill that is on the Senate floor right now. And the bill is aimed at taking away the right to protest, the right to demonstrate. So basically, if this bill passes, if anybody has a protest for any reason, they can be held accountable and jailed for protesting.
Wow.
That completely violates our freedom of speech.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, we get heated a lot.
Wow.
So to think that many Democrats joined the Republican bill set on the floor is ridiculous to me. I don't understand it. How can anybody fathom taking away our right to protest?
Basically, what it is is just taking away the rights. Freedom of speech. Talking about bills, you heard about the pet rent bill? They're trying to pass that so you don't have to pay.
I did hear
the
that.
fees.
Yeah,
for having the pets in your place, which is good.
It's not up yet, dick fuck.
Oh.
You want to come over here and edit, Tom?
No, but thank you for
criticizing.
Thank you for the Oreos. Those yours, Michael? No.
Nope.
These are really good. They're double stuff.
Double stuff, yeah.
Double stuff. Gotta have double stuff. It's like the right cream to cookie ratio. What do you think, Michael?
Yeah.
I mean, he gets the thin one sometimes too. I don't understand. It's really...
I don't.
How come
I don't buy any Oreos, dummy.
Oh. Which roommate did I just piss off now?
Those Oreos are definitely Jess's, not mine.
Oh, our secretary and receptionist that are out there. Okay. Because this is a full-on TV studio, and I just want to make sure you guys know that. And I don't ever disclose where we actually shoot from. We're just at the FunkShop TV studios here in Vancouver, Washington, which is also known as the Couve.
I didn't say anything about you disclosing where we're from.
I never do. Fuck that.
I didn't say anything about that. I said when I said lose your way, I meant forget how to get here.
I have GPS.
No, please forget how to get here.
I mean, we're right next to Target and at the Van Mall Plaza.
Right next to Target.
Yeah, and we're in that street between Target and Bed Bath & Beyond. Come say hi to us.
And in the back of the Xfinity office.
Yeah, like there's like a recycling bin, and there's cardboard that's folded in there, and there's cardboard that's not folded next to it.
So, Tom,
with a bunch of bright lights.
quit distracting, or your mic will be muted. What do you think of a bill that takes away Americans' right to protest and boycott?
I really think very little of that kind of bill because it sounds so ridiculous at this point, where we've always had the freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of choice, freedom to boycott, freedom to say yay or nay to whatever we think we need to voice our opinion about. So I think it's kind of it's un-American to have a bill like that.
I absolutely agree.
Oh my God, we've agreed on one thing at least 2 days in a row now.
And it's even political.
And it's political.
Wow.
I agree so much that I do believe that let me look it up.
I think a Democrat wrote that bill.
Democrat wrote it.
No, who wrote that bill? Who was the idiot that actually came up with that? And don't say Trump.
Well, it definitely wasn't a Democrat that came up with it.
It wasn't a Republican either, probably. It was some idiot.
S1, I don't know who proposed S1, but basically it's
Your mom's like, country. Yes, Mom, we're at Country Buffet. We moved from our other studio location to the Country Buffet. We rent the banquet room during lunchtime because they don't have enough business to keep the rent open.
Sarcasm said, I think we need to head to the barricades. Yeah, you know what? That as crazy and sad and scary as that statement is, it's a lot closer to the truth than many people want to admit, I think. Head to the barricades. Because America's coming for us. Mom said, trashing of that Constitution they scream so loudly about when it comes to the Second Amendment of their freedom to push religion onto politics, which is absolutely true. Let's force feed the Bible, but let's take away people's right to protest and boycott. You know why? Because if they take away the right to protest and boycott, then when we're mad about anybody force feeding the Bible, they can lock us up. Throw Americans in the concentration camps that don't agree with the government. That's the idea. Seven senators did not vote, including 2020 presidential candidates Senator Kamala Harris, rumored 2020 hopeful Senator Cory Booker, and Senator Brian Schatz of Hawaii. I heard some things about Cory Booker over the last 24 hours that really, really rubbed me the wrong way. But Mom said, well, that is between Target and Bed Bath Beyond, isn't it? So is Payless Shoes. So where are you? We're in the dessert section of Old Country Buffet. Is it a hometown buffet now?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me walk outside and look at the sign. Hold on a second.
Yeah, it's hometown.
Bernie Sanders himself said, he tweeted, while I do not support the BDS movement, we must defend every American's constitutional right to peacefully engage in political activity. It is clear to me that S.1 would violate America's First Amendment rights. Now imagine if they passed this amendment so people no longer have the right to vote. What if they followed suit and passed an amendment that people have no right to express political opinion on a podcast format?
I'm thinking it's more than it's almost communism at its finest here in our own country, really.
That's what it seems like.
And now because the Russian hackers,
corporatocracy is taking
communism,
over.
Russian hackers. Anything's possible.
So this bill, did you ask who brought this up?
No, he did. He did. He brought it. He said
sponsored by Senator Marco Rubio, the Republican out of Florida. S.1 is a package of legislation that includes $38 billion in military assistance to Israel, as well as the so-called Combating BDS Act, which would give state and local governments more power to punish companies and individuals who boycott or divest from Israel. 2 federal courts have already deemed similar measures unconstitutional. A final Senate vote on the legislation is expected as early as Wednesday. The legislation will move up the House, but it's unclear whether the Democratic majority will take up the measure. As Common Dreams reported, most Senate Democrats teamed up 3 times to block S.1 from proceeding earlier this month, arguing that the Senate should not be conducting any business unrelated to ending the government shutdown. Well, thank God. But while advocacy groups continued pressuring Democrats to use their power to block the bill, even after the record-long shutdown ended, more than 20 Democrats opted to flip their votes to yes, ignoring grassroots pressure and gave constitutional concerns. Condemning the 74-19 vote as awful, the anti-war advocacy group Code Pink vowed to continue to fight for the right to boycott Israel over its crimes against the Palestinian people. The Senate just voted to clear the way for S.1, an attack on our right to boycott on work for justice in Palestine, to reach the Senate floor later this week. It is expected to pass, the group declared. Regardless, we will continue to defend BDS.
I need to like talk my. I need to talk the wheels on this.
Excuse my sarcasm. Said that's why I don't trust most conservatives complaining about free speech. They never support it for felons, such as voting or many other issues. They just want to be able to say racist stuff. Rubio, of course. And that's kind of my thought. Rubio, of course. Excuse my sarcasm. Said he's Republican, right, Tom?
So, Michael, how's your day been?
That was a question towards you.
Yes. Do you work today? I'll give you a ride right now. I'm getting out of here now. Well, I put in my hour and a half. I'm good. No, I'm not really. Of course, he's a Republican. Sure. I don't. Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. I'm more bipartisan. I don't really identify with either one of them, honestly. If it makes sense, I vote for it. If it doesn't, throw it out the window. And in this case, Rubio, that is. I think he has agoraphobia, fear of crowds. I think that's what the problem is. I think he's got some PTSD, and he decided, here, I'm going to become like a senator, or whatever. Was he a senator, congressman? Who the hell he is? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and write some insane laws because of my PTSD that I have not dealt with yet.
Well, if you remember, he was he had his hat in the ring for the presidential candidate last election.
I was sleeping. I just woke up.
You slept through it?
I slept through a lot of things lately.
Catching up on sleep.
All right.
Yeah, I've been going to bed like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, which is crazy. I was up till like 11:30 last night, just dying. But I got a good deal on tires, so what do you do? And those who are just joining us on our Facebook Live feed, on my Facebook page, thank you for joining us. It is real simple. Paul, tell my friends who have been not buying the cow, even though we're free to watch on Twitch, how can they watch us live on Twitch? Let's give them the instructions.
They're already watching if they're watching this live on Twitch.
No, but I'm also using a Facebook cast too.
Oh, go ahead and tune in with twitch.tv/FunkShop TV. You can watch us every Monday through Friday around 10:30-ish. We shoot for 10 o'clock, but it doesn't happen. Excuse my sarcasm, said I'm far left, but I vote Democrat out of fear. Explain that a little bit. That's an interesting statement. I'd like to...
That sounds like... Excuse my sir. That sounds like a lot of wisdom.
According to the article
that.
I just read, that bill was sponsored by Rubio, but could be wrong.
Okay, so he's definitely liberal, is what he's saying, but he also votes Democrat out of fear because of like maybe the volatilism that the Republican Party could show, and they're just they're sometimes they're unrational decisions that they can do by just pushing a button. Maybe he's more into peace is what I'm also gathering too out of that. He doesn't want World War III to happen because Trump has a fucking power trip.
Yeah, and that's it. He's voting Democratic out of fear for what the Republican side might do.
Yeah, I mean the Republicans a very powerful part, but it's also maybe he's in fear because he's in Detroit. He's in a hard-nosed, hard-working, blue-collar city in our country, and so maybe he's in fear that more factories in the auto industry is going to shut down completely if he votes Republican too. So maybe he's in fear
Isn't
for
it
his
supposedly Trump that made promises to keep all those factories open and keep the American public working?
I don't know, but I'm just going by his. Okay, well. I got nothing, Paul.
So that's kind of more a libertarian stance, isn't it? Less government, more power to the people.
Now playing Fly Away by Chris Tuck.
I personally am I won't say far left, but I'm middly far left. There's a few things
You're like
that I'm
middle
closer.
finger to the Republican left.
Yeah,
Is that what you do? Basically, middle
not
finger
exactly.
Left?
You know, I'm a lot more centrist than people give me credit for, I think. But
We're just going off your.
with
opinions.
that said, I like to think that I'm just sensible for humanity, and
That's reasonable.
I think that's what all of our responsibilities should be. So
Yeah.
we're gonna
Serve
we're
others.
gonna break away from politics for a minute, moving right along.
Okay, so if you are joining us on our Facebook Live, I had like a ton of viewers. Like, hey, Paul Rush, like I had a ton going. We had like about 10 viewers just on my Facebook page, and so if
Ain't
you're
no
watching
Dems
me on
represented
Facebook
me, but
Live,
GOP loves war way too much. I'm not really a peaceful guy, but I think war is a waste. War is a huge fucking waste.
so if you're joining us on my Facebook Live feed, if you go to the iPhone store, the Apple store, the iTunes. I use Android, so the Play Store. If you have an Android like this idiot, you download Twitch.
What do you mean, idiot? I would much rather have an Android phone than an Apple phone any day.
I put idiot after most topics I talk about, and not just phones. So, Twitch, download Twitch
We are
on
in
your Play
Vancouver,
Store.
Washington, so if you want to talk to some people that hear about Antifa on a daily basis, I'm right here. I am a
That guy
very
right there.
staunch opponent to Proud Boys, even though we have a mutual respect, and I'll get into that.
See,
if anybody really
to you,
wants.
he's that way.
the
To
detail.
me, he's right there.
Well, at least they
That
bought
guy.
and taped the ceiling of our studio. We just got to finish the paint job, I guess. We got mud, tape,
Shawn
no
plans
texture.
on building a rack to go over the table so we can spend all of our microphones and cameras
That would be wonderful.
from up above.
Yeah, do some rigging. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. Can we focus, guys? Please.
Yeah, well, let me.
I don't want
okay.
this to turn into a 3-hour fucking.
No, I don't
podcast
either. So
again.
real quick, if you are on your mobile device right now, go to the Play Store, download Twitch. It's purple and it says Twitch. And then all you have to do is search channels FunkShop TV and then add that. And if you want to follow us, it's free. You might have to pick 3 coin things out of 3 promotions, but they're not going to spam you. It's not a virus.
No, it's really easy.
It's real simple to do. And then you can comment and we will chat along with you. So to my friends that are watching on Facebook, I thank you for your support in advance. Download us on Twitch. And you can also watch us on Syndicate on YouTube as well.
YouTube.com/FunkShop TV if you want to catch up on all the past episodes or see short clips of the news stories we cover so you don't have to watch a 5-hour podcast just to see the important stuff. You can check it out at YouTube.com/FunkShop TV.
But you're more than welcome to watch a 5-hour podcast because you love us.
I mean, yeah, we appreciate that, obviously.
Are we doing
Yeah.
What Did They Do? Is this are we
Sure
breaking
is.
away? What did they do? This is a great episode to our Facebook viewers at home and to our Twitch followers, wherever you are out in this country and this world. This is excellent. I love this part of the show.
What is going on?
This guy definitely made German dungeon porn, just like the Carson McKenzie humanity
Hang
card
on.
says.
Jeez.
This guy definitely did. He's the reason why you got German dungeon porn on.
Hey, can we not talk about it until it's live for everybody else to see?
Oh,
it,
okay,
please?
sorry guys. I'm a little ahead of myself.
Our chat bot isn't working, so I got to get it working again.
All right, he's taking a nap. Chat bot.
Yeah, Streamlabs just did an update this morning, so
Oh yeah, that would do it.
anytime there's an update, something.
I'll be in the parking lot by Target sucking
Freaking Tom.
This guy is such a distraction, man. Who let him come and join us?
The day that I show up or the morning that I show up, Shawn and Josh are not here.
Josh is taking a break. Josh is taking a break. On hiatus indefinitely. We'll see what happens.
I pray everything's all right. Hopefully everything works out. Whatever the situation he's going through.
I think we're good. There we go. Now we're working.
Oh yeah, to do that. Kind of like a re-sign.
Yeah. So, a segment that we do every single day. What did they do? So this is obviously a mug shot. What did he do?
What did he
Oh,
do?
wrong one.
Try there.
What did he do?
So we guess what we do, or see what people in the chat would
Bro,
say
you
too.
You haven't even been watching the episodes. Not only are you
Not a whole lot.
watching them either.
Not a whole lot.
We
Like
do
I
this
catch
every
them.
day.
Like I catch them when I'm at work or something. Because you guys are doing it like when I'm on my way to work.
You should be watching it before you go to bed at night, bro.
Before I go
You
to
should
bed.
be watching the daily episode. You just turn on the day. As soon as you be like, I can't wait to get home so I could watch this morning's podcast. That's what everybody should be doing.
What did he do? According to the clues that Tom had.
Proud Boys. Excuse my sarcasm. Said Proud Boys sent him.
I
like that.
That was good.
You can hang out here whenever you want.
This guy did some weird gay bear cub porn scene. And got
Bear cub?
Bear cub, cub bear. I think that's like two hairy dudes. Like the bear's the bigger one, and then cub's the smaller. But they're both hairy as fuck. I think he did some bear cub porn. I don't know which one's first. Thank God I don't know that much about it.
That neck. Yes.
Like, I watched a gay porn once for 45
that
minutes.
That neck or lack thereof. Ain't got no neck, Lieutenant Dan.
This guy...
Lieutenant Dan, where's your neck, Lieutenant Dan?
This guy invented meth.
I doubt it. Yeah, I don't think he's not that old. Meth's been around for a minute.
All right. He was on meth.
I have no clue.
I don't know. What did he eat? He did not get in trouble for carrying
this
like
is
old
one of the
ladies.
funnest segments, bro. Just you can make some up.
Yeah.
Slightly glassy eyes and a hard stare.
I think
he does have that Proud Boy persona.
He did not get a Nobel
I just
Peace
knocked
Prize.
somebody out for burning the flag.
I can tell you, he's not.
I'll do it again. God damn it.
He's definitely not an Olympic gold medalist. He is not up for the Nobel Peace Prize.
How do
I
you know
guarantee
he
those
wasn't?
two things.
He could have been an Olympic gold medalist at one time.
Anything's possible.
He could have shot put, dude. Have you seen dudes that throw shot put in the Olympics?
They look like him.
They look like him.
They all have beards.
do.
Yeah.
They're all from Russia.
That's right.
Yeah. Russians are going to say yeah.
I think he's from Connecticut.
That's like hiding the windmill from Sweden or some shit.
He's from Connecticut. He was a U.S. gold medalist shot put throw in Connecticut, but then his ex-wife pissed him off, so he got a shot put and he shot it to her face.
And now he does a hammer throw.
That sounds about right.
Matt,
when he's serving a dive for domestic violence.
Matt said he definitely beat up a paraplegic. Definitely beat up a paraplegic. Somebody was using
He
a walker.
cheated at the Special Olympics game. He was not mentally retarded, just looks like it. And they found out by doing a retardation test on him. And they found out he earned the gold medal in Special Olympics bowling. I think I was his coach that year at Hazelden Lanes. But that's a whole nother.
You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it. What do you do?
Are you ready?
What does fucker do?
All right, I got to scroll back. Parish man, of course, is going to be from Florida. Where's Duane when we need him? Excuse my sarcasm. Said, "America." He ate a gold medalist. Hey, no fat jokes. Just kidding. Make all the fat jokes you want. Parish man shoved Taco Bell burrito into wife's face during a confrontation. Cops say. Parish, Florida. A parish man is accused of smashing his Taco Bell order in his wife's face and upper nose during a confrontation over the weekend, according to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. Deputies were called to a home in the 12,000 block of 23rd East Street in Parish around 2 p.m. Sunday. A woman told deputies who arrived she was upset and depressed about an issue with a family member and tried to seek comfort from her husband, Victor Foster, 49, according to the probable cause affidavit. Instead of providing comfort, he went to Taco Bell and picked up lunch, deputies wrote. When he returned, he tried to give her a burrito and held it in front of her face, making fun of her for being upset, the affidavit said. The woman grabbed the burrito and threw it on the floor. Foster then picked up the rest of the burritos and smashed them in her face, causing some to go up under her nose. Foster was arrested on a charge of battery and taken to the Manatee County Jail.
But not with a deadly weapon, because I don't think a bean burrito is a deadly weapon.
I guess you'd be smelling Taco Bell.
It's a gross misdemeanor at best.
I'm guessing she's going to be smelling Taco Bell for a while, no matter what she eats.
Excuse my sarcasm, said, I feel like dude was right about meth, but not creator. Matt said, that's it. I wish I had Taco Bell shoved down my face. Excuse my sarcasm, said, he is fat. I is fat. I'm okay with being fat.
I suddenly want Wendy's.
You want Wendy?
Crispy, crunchy chicken.
That could happen. Where's Duane at? I could give him my bank card or something. I could order one in and he can just pick it up for us. Duane, where are you? My seat is warm. I'm going to get out of here in just a few minutes. I got to go take care of,
go pick up some chicken?
I'm going to go pick up some chicken. And I'm going to take it to my AA home
Man,
group.
it's good. That chicken is
And I'm going to bring it to my home group. So there.
But you got to drive through that big parking lot first before you get out.
I know.
Before you
I
get to
mean, we have Country Buffet just other side of these that partition
Matt
wall.
said, "Where's my chicken strips, Paul?" Yeah, we're working on that. So there's another article on the same thing.
I think it's Ruben.
About says the same thing, but it's a little more detail. So it says marriage is hard. We all know that. The fighting, the yelling, the constant bickering, it's just messy. But you know what's even messier? Throwing Taco Bell burritos everywhere. Yes, that's what's up with people and their obsession with throwing Taco Bell food everywhere. I get it. Their tacos and burritos are so lightweight that you think you can throw it with no problem across a room, but launching them at a person, you better think twice. Turns out this dynamic duo tried to solve an argument the only way they could by going to Taco Bell for lunch, but according to deputies, the married couple's argument turned into an all-out food fight, and, well, Taco Bell wasn't too happy about it. The couple, from Florida, of course, were arguing about their son. 49-year-old Victor Foster, the father, had told his son he needed to move out of their home as soon as possible. Why? No idea, but his wife wasn't too happy about it, so like any man would do, he decided to taunt her about it by dangling a burrito in front of her face and made fun of her for being upset. His wife, 49-year-old Pamela Ellen Foster, who wasn't too amused with her husband, grabbed the burrito and threw it behind her on the floor. Surprised by the flying burrito, the husband then picked up all the remains from the floor and smashed them into her face. It wasn't even a fresh burrito.
No,
he picked up all the shit off the floor and smashed it in her face.
It was a floor burrito.
Gross.
Oh.
Causing some to go up her nose. Yes, marriage at its finest, ladies and gents. This is why we don't get married.
No,
people.
I can actually picture somebody okay, this is the floor of the hand. They're scooping the bits of all that, the chunky bean burrito and the pico sauce and but they probably had sour cream and guacamole. Why not for 75 cents more? Let's put it in there and then we're gonna just shove it in your fucking face, you fucking bitch. Right? Is that what happened? Oh, and then here comes the handcuffs, and then there goes a large black man up his anus the next day in jail. That's good. That's what you get. You get ass raped by Bubba for a bean burrito assault because you're too much of a bitch to use your own hands like that guy in L.A.
So there's an interview. Interviewer says, it says here you were arrested for battery. The husband said, oh, yeah, my wife and I had an argument at Taco Bell. So apparently it happened at Taco Bell.
At Taco Bell.
We've
established Taco Bell.
Taco Bell was the one that called the cops. So they got in the fight at Taco Bell. Taco Bell called the police.
Oh, okay.
Foster was immediately arrested, charged with battery for smashing the burrito in his wife's face.
Oh, so it was not the employee. It was just a domestic dispute at Taco Bell.
It was a husband and a wife. They were mad because the husband said the son needs to move out of the house. The wife was mad about it.
Yeah, because it's her kid.
The wife was crying. She's upset. So the husband's like, "Here, have a burrito.
Right.
Quit crying. Have a burrito." Shoves a burrito in her face. She grabs the burrito, throws it over her shoulder on the floor. He's mad that she wasted the money.
59 cents.
So he reaches. Have you been to Taco Bell lately?
How much is it being burrito?
Where can you get a fucking burrito for 59 cents?
I'll buy a couple of them for lunch.
Where can you get that?
I don't know. I don't eat the burritos there.
Nowhere.
I eat the Taco Supremes.
So he got mad. He picked up the burrito and he shoved it in her face. Taco Bell saw the dispute and they called the police and he got arrested. So
$1.50 bean burrito.
Anyways, will you shut the fuck up and let me finish? Josh, thanks. The husband says, oh, yeah, my wife and I had an argument at Taco Bell. You see, our son had just moved out, and she was sad, so she threw a burrito out of my hand when I was waving it in front of her. So, I grabbed it from the floor and smashed some beans in her face. The interviewer says, oh, dang, what a waste of a burrito. You're hired. The wife, who I presumed was taunting him even more after his arrest, told authorities that she loved her husband despite him being a burrito thrower. The couple has been married for 2.5 years and is in counseling because they do not know how to argue like a married couple. Yep, that explains it.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like this couple has something going for them. Keep doing what you're doing, Fosters. Give this couple free Taco Bell for life.
Are you planning on returning this hat tomorrow?
Tom, since you want so much attention...
I think it was a great article. I think you're well-read and very educated. Thank you. What's up with this thing? This right here. Are we taking this back? Do you want me to take it back when I'm getting chicken for us for the podcast? I actually last time I threw a Whopper at somebody when I lost an argument at Burger King, but I've never got to the bean burrito part. So, but it was against a man. He's on his way to the podcast right now. His name's Duane, and I did not want to fight him because he's like 3 times bigger than me. So, for the weather today. Highs of 45 degrees, lows in the mid-30s. Tomorrow's more the same. Should have a little bit of rain on Saturday, clearing by Sunday. Did you just mute my microphone because you hate the weather report? I'm just giving you the 4-day forecast. It is beautiful outside our home studio in Vancouver, Washington. Time's 11:43 Pacific time. Those of you who are new to us, thank you for joining us. And to our friends in Detroit, it's been a pleasure serving my community today. I love this hat. I'm going to wear it the rest of the day. And I guess that's enough out of me.
Did you get enough attention, Tom?
Yes, I had too much attention just now. I do. Thank you.
Can you stop interrupting stuff now? Can we stay
I
focused?
I have not taken Adderall like in 10 days. Are you asking me to stay focused? Come on now.
Excuse my sarcasm, said he deserved the arrest. How are we supposed to fight? As a married person, I'm interested. That's a good question. I didn't know there were rules on how you're supposed to fight. That's crazy.
There's worse than getting a bean burrito thrown in your face. I'm pretty sure I've seen cops a few times where that was not the case.
So is Mom, are you still here? You still here, Mom?
Yeah, Fran. Me.
You still here?
Fran.
Because this next article made me think of you. And when I read the headline, that's going to sound real bad. This next article made me think of my mom. The headline is, study claims that if you drink black coffee, you're likely what? Any guesses?
To shit your pants.
Okay.
Drink black coffee. Oh, I didn't.
This is a Def Jam heirloom.
Okay, you're likely to have a regular bowel movement.
Regular?
No, irregular.
Regular. I'll say regular. You're likely to have a regular bowel
Or it's
movement.
it's going to be some sort of like health issue
Does
that.
coffee help regulate your bowel?
It's more like a
No, not for
super
everybody.
You're like,
Not for everybody.
like, I need a hemorrhoid doing it.
You said it's a super diuretic?
Yeah.
And that is going to be like a health issue where it's going to like cause like some sort of.
I think black coffee
Problem.
is actually healthier than with cream and sugar. Because you take
Right.
yeah. So I think it's got to have some kind of positive health.
Yeah, because black coffee is straight black. So you're not adding sugar, you're not adding cream, you're not adding anything else, any additives to it.
Right.
It's straight just the beans itself.
I agree.
Because apparently,
Mom, where are you when we need you?
probably there.
How
She
about
probably stepped away.
Our viewers from home across the globe. What do you guys think black coffee? Without Googling it, I see you guys
Hardcore.
cheating, you fuckers. I see you guys Googling the shit out of this one. What does black coffee do?
I can
Study
hit.
claims that if you drink black coffee, you're likely a psychopath.
I use a lot
Really?
of cream and a lot of sugar.
This came out this month. Do you like your coffee black? If the answer is yes, the chances are you've got some skeletons in your closet. That is, if bodies you crammed in there haven't even decomposed to that extent yet, you sick, horrible psychopath. A new study from the University of Innsbruck in Austria claims that people who prefer to take their coffee black are more likely to have psychopathic or sadistic tendencies. The study surveyed over 1,000 adults and their flavor preferences and then had those same people take 4 different personality tests. The people who liked bitter flavors, such as black coffee, tended to have more psychopathic personality traits. As a black coffee drinker myself, I have to say that I don't agree with these findings. I drink black coffee because I don't want the extra calories that come with cream and sugar. That doesn't mean I spend my nights, say, luring families of raccoons into dumpsters and then locking them inside before lighting a fire underneath the dumpster so I can listen to them bake alive in terror, all while I record the sounds to listen to later as I fall asleep. The study also claims that people who do put cream and sugar in their coffee likely have more agreeable personalities. They're nicer people, I guess. Again, ridiculous. People who overload their coffee with cream and sugar are acting like big babies, and if I could, I would cover their mouths with an ether rag, take them to the back of my house, cut their heads off, and keep them in my freezer so that I could have a face to scream at whenever I felt like it.
Jeez.
You can tell this guy drinks black coffee.
Yeah.
People who drink black coffee are psychopaths. If it were up to me, I'd strangle every single person involved in this study with my bare hands while their loved ones watched.
Yeah.
That's
Straight
priceless.
up black. Probably one of the extra large.
Great article. Mom said, wow, I take my coffee black, but I don't like bitter coffee like Starbucks. I think all black coffee is bitter.
Starbucks coffee is pretty bitter, honestly.
Expensive too. Pricey.
It's expensive, it's bitter, and gets you a lot of stomach acids right afterwards. I can't do it. I love Dutch Brothers. All right. It's 13 minutes till noon. I'm going to head out, you guys. Dwayne, I'm going to go get us some chicken. Where's that place called? 99th Street Chicken House?
It's crispy, crunchy chicken inside the Chevron on 99th Street.
If you think I hurry,
You know where the Chevron is?
if I could hurry, I can get back in time to feed us. Are we gonna be on the air that much longer?
I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more articles to cover since we're way behind.
Well, Michael doesn't talk much. He's a really good listener.
Certain articles. It depends on what it is.
I projectile vomit my problems on him, and he's such a good listener.
Things will go a lot quicker without Tom here, though. Without the interruptions all the time.
I agree.
Oh, boy.
9th Avenue. I never get into coffee. I always get the sweet stuff. I had like a white zombie today.
So,
like
Tom,
every day.
before you leave, we're going to do one more What Did He Do?
Okay, let's do one
ready?
more. And don't show my picture again. That was not cool.
There it is. What did he do?
Oh,
I wonder where Lackey's been.
jeez.
Oh my God! He did not cure cancer. He did not cure.
We know what he didn't do. What did he get arrested for?
Impersonating a female officer while giving handies at the rest area.
He impersonated somebody at a donut shop. He probably took the donuts and just probably like stuffed them down.
He's got voluptuous lips. I mean, he's got like DSL going. I mean, he might be gay.
Chicken is at 9th Avenue and 99th Street, not coffee. Yes, 9th Avenue, 99th Street.
And that's a Chevron, Mom?
Yes. Because Mom even said it's the best chicken. We agree.
Is it? I'm really hungry right now.
Bro, go get some of those chicken strips.
I'll bring them back. Just the chicken strips. Don't get the bone in or anything, just chicken strips.
You can get whatever.
They
have
thing?
a 10-pack of chicken strips for like $10.99.
Really?
And it's so worth it.
And get barbecue. And what do you want for dipping sauce?
I usually do sweet and sour ranch.
Sweet, sour, ranch, and barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Their sides are awesome. Everything about that place is awesome. But
Really?
when you go in, you can be like, man, I can't. Why don't you guys have your own restaurant instead of being inside a Chevron? And why aren't you open 24 hours a day?
Really? That good, huh?
Yeah.
They give away free samples.
So excuse my sarcasm. Thinks he dug a tunnel to a local bank.
Oh, that was him.
That's pretty reasonable, actually.
So this guy really didn't do anything too weird. But the headline is criminal nicknamed. Any guesses? What was his nickname?
DSL?
No.
Diesel?
Criminal nicknamed Doo-Doo Butt arrested.
For
Anthony Doo-Doo Butt Ward, one of the legendary criminals of our time, was finally taken down by the coppers. Like those before him, Lester Babyface Nelson Gillis, Charles Pretty Boy Floyd, George Machine Gun Kelly Barnes, Steve Handjob Getter Jones, Doo-Doo Butt could only escape the law for so long. The Baltimore Police Department, the Southwestern Regional Police Department in New York County, Pennsylvania, and the U.S. Marshals joined forces. Hell, probably had no choice but to join forces. This is Doo-Doo Butt we're talking about here, to take down the criminal folk hero. What was Doo-Doo Butt's crime? Shooting a man. A Baltimore police investigation showed that the shooting came after an accident on the 400 block of Yale Avenue. A man riding a dirt bike hit the victim's vehicle, causing damage. Detectives investigated and determined that Doo-Doo Butt was the shooting suspect. Okay. Doo-Doo Butt was also wanted on a first-degree murder charge. Doo-Doo Butt had done some stuff. More importantly, though, how did Doo-Doo Butt get his name?
Shit in his pants when he got arrested.
For taking a hot steamer on the man and his laws, probably. You see, Doo-Doo Butt poops on social constructs like murder and attempted murder. Doo-Doo Butt lives in a real world where each man is on his own. The law might be able to cage Doo-Doo Butt in person, Doo-Doo Butt the person, but the legend of Doo-Doo Butt, the 21st century's most legendary gangster, will live on in the hearts of minds of rebels, outlaws, and free thinkers alike. Together our voices will rise up in unison, and like the gladiators and slaves who fought with Spartacus, we will all face down our community enemy and say, I am Doo-Doo Butt. We are Doo-Doo Butt.
All right, guys. That is it for me. I'm going to go get a 10-pack of chicken, maybe.
Go get some chicken.
All right. Coming to you live from Country Buffet at the Target parking lot. It is FunkShop TV. I'm out.
Wait, Tom, before you leave, look. This is the headline picture for the next article. You ready?
I'm
ready?
Never gonna
it's
eat.
Scary.
I think
that looks like the one from Beetlejuice.
Snapchat. I'm out.
That's the one from Beetlejuice. That's like their cousin or something.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Yes,
Later, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Tom.
Duh, always. So the headline is, warning, new suicide challenge called Momo targets teens through social media. If you have teenagers, chances are you have heard about this dumb, scary, and dangerous challenge that some young adults have been participating in around social media. If you haven't heard about them, then I suggest you try to stay away from social media or the internet, as a matter of fact, after reading this article, of course, because they have done it again. Teenagers are partaking in another stupid social media suicide game that is creating panic worldwide.
So the last one was choking, wasn't it? Or holding your breath or something like that?
It was, no, there was the ice, what do they call it? It was the ice and salt. We talked about it like a week and a half ago.
Oh, yeah.
Where you put salt on your skin and then put an ice cube on it.
Put ice cube.
The problem is the ice cube reacts with the sodium and it creates a chemical reaction.
Yeah, right.
The ice, it melts the ice, but the ice still stays at the same temperature, so it burns your skin. So this article continues and says, a few months back, the hot water challenge went viral that injured several children around the world by causing severe burns due to boiling hot water being thrown at them. Now there's a disturbing online suicide game going around throughout Facebook, WhatsApp chats, and YouTube called Momo. Authorities state the game used a haunting image of an avatar as its main character, which is a sculpted image of a woman with bulging eyes and grotesque features. According to the computer crime unit in the Mexican state of Tabasco, the game started on Facebook, where members are challenged to communicate with unknown phone numbers. As of now, the Momo challenge has been reported in Argentina, Mexico, India, Colombia, France, and the United States and Germany. Most recently, according to Buenos Aires Times, a 12-year-old girl in Argentina reportedly took her life as a result of the game. The game controller sends violent images to the person over any messaging app of their choice, claiming to know personal information about the player. This is where the threats and the peer pressure come in, scaring the teens. Players are then asked to kill themselves, telling them to post images and videos showing themselves committing suicide or causing self-harm. Unfortunately, the Momo challenge isn't the only social media challenge that requires one to film themselves committing suicide. Momo has fueled comparison to the sinister Blue Whale challenge, leading to reports of suicide in the United States and Russia, as well as the infamous Slenderman challenge. Now, let's not forget about the Cinnamon challenge, Salt and Ice challenge, Gallon challenge, Tide Pod challenge. I can go on and on, but I won't because, at honest, I'm tired of all of these challenges that just lead to accidents and death and that can actually be avoided.
Yeah, they can be.
This is a real fucking thing. So my question is here, what exactly are teenagers doing the challenges? Why exactly are the teenagers doing the challenges? I mean, they want to get views on social media and think it's only a silly viral game, but in the end result, these violent acts really worth the risk? Is internet fame a real thing? We surely didn't have these challenges when I was a teenager, so how did dangerous and social media games start? Why do new ones continue to surface? Unfortunately, there's no answer to that question because this is the world we live in now. We're shoving cinnamon and pouring hot water over you is the new trend. Honestly, it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon, which is terrifying to say the least. To all parents out there who are scared, we are too. The only thing we ask is to keep an eye open when it comes to online use and your children. Communicating with them is the best way to avoid these types of scenarios, even if it feels like there is a brick wall in between. We've all been there. Our number one priority should be keep these children safe, so let's try and do that as best we can.
You know the thing, like maybe there's like a hacker behind something sending out these messages and saying, hey.
Oh, very well could be.
You know, and they think it's all fun and games.
Somebody that's just pretending to be a kid, so they're just going around and enticing these kids to videotape themselves killing themselves.
Yeah. And they think it's all fun and games.
It's nuts. The world we live in.
Yeah,
we didn't have local news.
We didn't have all of that back then.
No. Well, what were our challenges?
Ours was like
standing up against the wall with your hands on your chest and people pushing you until they
or throw tennis balls
out.
Yeah,
that was about it.
Or throw tennis balls at you and you have to dodge them.
Oh yeah, I mean that kind of stuff was. Man, now I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bunch of people standing against the wall and somebody standing like 10 yards away, beaming tennis balls, and everybody's moving in different directions, and slamming into each other.
And it could be anywhere on the body.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow.
That was what we did as kids. That was our challenge.
Yeah.
In the worst case scenario, you got hit in the face or the nuts with a tennis ball.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's be the worst.
Yeah.
Right in the face. Oh, did you get punched? No, I got hit with a tennis ball standing against the wall.
So local news, not that anybody cares about local news, but the whole country is starting to care about local news because this has made Vancouver, Washington very famous over the last week. There is now 40 cases of measles in the Pacific Northwest outbreak and 13 more expected. Health officials say the number of confirmed cases of measles in Washington and Oregon has grown to 40. It was 23 like 4 days ago.
Yeah, now it's over 40. And it's over in Bend, too.
With 13 more cases suspected. Nobody in Bend officially has measles yet. One of the infected kids was at a play area in Bend.
Oh.
So they're tracking where all these kids have gone to warn those communities.
Bless you.
Excuse me. I don't know why I'm sneezing so much today. Maybe I have the measles. Measles outbreak in the Pacific Northwest became more worrisome Wednesday with word that people infected with the extremely contagious viral illness traveled to Hawaii and Central Oregon after being exposed. The revelation prompted public health officials in Oregon's Deschutes County and in Hawaii to issue alerts, although no cases were confirmed in either location. Yeah, anti-vaxxers. Fucking idiots. It raises concerns that this can go on for a long time, become geographically larger than it is, and more cases over weeks and months, said Dr. Alan Melnick, public health director for Clark County in southern Washington, which is the epicenter of the outbreak and has lower than normal vaccination rate. There are 40 confirmed cases in the Northwest, including 38 clustered in southwest Washington, right here in my backyard. 1 in Portland and 1 in Seattle. 13 additional suspected cases were reported Wednesday, and some of those will likely be confirmed, Melnick said. Officials haven't yet determined how the measles outbreak started. The first patient sought medical care on December 31st, but other sick people may not have gone to a doctor or hospital, he said. Clark County, where the first case was documented, has a 78% vaccination rate, far below the 95% required for herd immunity, for such a contagious virus. Herd immunity or community immunity is when enough of the population is vaccinated to protect those who haven't been vaccinated for medical reasons or because they are too young. If you have a large unvaccinated population and you add measles to the mix, one measles case will infect 90% of contacts.
Whoa, 90%.
The early symptoms are not distinguishable from other respiratory illnesses, and you're contagious at that point. So it's like taking a lighted match, throwing it into a bucket of gasoline, basically, he said. Washington Governor Jay Inslee last week declared a state of emergency because of the outbreak, and the Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have been consulting with local and state officials. 2 children who traveled to Hawaii were not contagious when they flew, Melnick said, and then they were quarantined on the islands once they arrived. They have since returned home. Of the confirmed cases, most patients were under 10 and at least 34 patients were not immunized. 1 dose of the measles vaccine gives 93% lifelong immunity. A second dose between ages 4 and 6 provides 97% immunity. The vaccine has been part of a routine childhood shots for decades, and measles was declared eliminated in the U.S. in 2000, but it's still a big problem in other parts of the world, and travelers infected abroad can bring the virus back and spread it, causing periodic outbreaks. Last year, there were 17 outbreaks and about 350 cases of measles in the United States. Before mass vaccination, 400 to 500 people in the U.S. died of the measles every year. 50,000 people were hospitalized, and 4,000 people developed brain swelling that can cause deafness, Melnick said. 1 to 3 cases out of every 1,000 are fatal. People who think they may have the measles should call their health care provider before showing up so the facility can take steps to limit other people's exposure. Early symptoms include a fever, runny nose, and malaise, followed by a red rash that starts around the head and moves down the body. Patients are contagious 4 days before and 4 days after getting the rash. Public health officials in Southwest Washington said people may have been exposed to dangerous diseases at more than 3 dozen locations, including Portland International Airport, a Portland Trailblazers game, an Amazon locker location, and stores such as Costco and IKEA. The measles vaccination rate for 2-year-olds in Multnomah County, home to Portland, was 87% in 2017, according to state data. The measles vaccine consists of 2 shots, one given by age 2 and the second usually between 4 and 6. Data on the Portland's vaccination rate for both shots wasn't immediately available. 2 doses of the vaccine in childhood are 97% effective and provide lifetime immunity. 1 dose is about 93% effective. Both Washington and Oregon allow vaccine exemptions for personal and philosophical reasons. Armstrong said the vaccine exemption rate in Clark County for non-medical reasons was high at 7.5%.
Damn.
I don't...
And the case keeps going up and up, the amount of people.
Right. I understand, like, the concern with vaccines. But the concern with vaccines and what the potential rumors are, because, I mean, there are some proven cases that it can slow down brain function and brain growth and various things.
Yeah.
But if you don't vaccinate and an outbreak like measles go around, that can kill you too.
Right.
Probably more likely to die from a measles outbreak if you don't vaccinate than to get some sort of deformation due to a vaccination. So I don't understand. Like, simple logic tells you vaccinate your kids.
Yeah. I know back when we were in school, we couldn't proceed to the next school year without any of the vaccinations taken every year.
So mom said Hawaii quarantined that family. The family that went over to Hawaii on vacation.
Yeah.
The 2 kids had measles.
Oh.
Hawaii quarantined the family, which was obviously a good choice.
Yeah.
How many tourists go to Hawaii on a regular basis? So
All
these kids
all
would have been
year.
staying in hotels and in airports
Mm-hmm.
that it could potentially affect countries around the world that don't have access to vaccines like we do.
And how long they've been
And the
over
family
there?
complained they didn't get to do much while they were in Hawaii because they spent most of their time in quarantine.
Unfortunately.
Fucking wham, you should have vaccinated your children.
Right? And how long have they been over there? Like, how long are they still there?
They're home now.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe they're back.
So they were there like what? A couple days, a week?
Couple days, yeah.
Damn.
So irresponsible.
Yeah.
Not vaccinating is irresponsible.
We might have another pandemic like they did back in those days when measles broke out and they didn't have anything, and because the case just keeps going up and up and up.
Yeah. Excuse my sarcasm. I don't know if you're a beer drinker or not, but we're getting reports that it's so cold. Full circle, taking it back to the weather. It's so cold in parts of the Midwest that they can't deliver beer.
Yeah.
Ice cold beer is great, frozen beer not. That's why with a historic deep freeze gripping the Midwest, beer deliveries are on hold in some parts of the region. Temperatures are so low that beer will freeze around 32 degrees or slightly lower depending on alcohol content on the trucks before it can be delivered. Kegged beer in trucks froze Tuesday before temperatures even reached their coldest. Most of the folks up north are not delivering, said Mike Madigan, president of Minnesota Beer Wholesalers Association. Most distributors are not delivering in the Twin Cities, down south and out west. In Minneapolis, the temperature Wednesday hit minus 26 degrees with a wind chill of 53 below zero.
Ooh.
The other alternative, transporting beer in a heated truck, is enough to make even a casual beer drinker gag. But until the cold subsides, Madigan says, it's the only way for beer to get delivered. There's a few distributors that have heated trucks, he says, but there's not many. You tend to not need heated trucks. Wow.
Jeez.
So just by keeping the kegs in it, I know, like the brewery in Olympia used to keep their kegs in, like, they'd roll kegs out and put them in semi-truck trailers on their lot.
Yeah.
Like boxcar trucks. And I remember, like, they had stacks of boxcars that looked like a shipping yard. And I remember somebody that gave us a tour said that they were full of kegs and 12-packs.
Wow.
Well, if they sit out there in cold like Chicago's having right now, they're going to all be ice. And
Yeah.
I'm no expert, but once you freeze beer, I don't think you can thaw it and drink it.
Yeah, because it just won't taste the same again.
Yeah, it's going to get stale.
Yeah. You have that stale.
Man.
That's
So
why
there's a lot of people crying over how much beer is being wasted right now.
I didn't want a beer right now, but I can't have it.
That's
Yeah,
sad.
because you can only drink it at a certain temp before it gets too, when you start to see the frost on it, that's like when it's time to take it out. Start drinking it.
Yep. So, in other political news, Trump administration secretly shipped plutonium to Nevada.
Or it's not that secret anymore. We all know that now.
The Department of Energy secretly shipped about a half-ton of weapons-grade radioactive plutonium to Nevada despite the state's opposition. The Trump administration made the disclosure Wednesday as part of a federal court case in Nevada in which the state is trying to block the DOE from its publicly stated plans to ship radioactive materials from South Carolina. Because sufficient time has now elapsed after conclusion of the campaign, DOE may now publicly state that it has completed all shipment of plutonium, approximately 1/2 metric ton, to Nevada. Bruce Diamond, general counsel for the DOE's National Nuclear Security Administration, wrote in a court declaration noting that the action was previously classified. Although the precise date that this occurred cannot be revealed for reasons of operational security. Why? I mean, it's over, right? They already shipped it.
Yeah.
It can be stated this was done before November 2018, prior to the initiation of the litigation. Diamond did not disclose the route the material took, although the DOE previously said it would be moved in special containers with lead radiation shields, among other precautions carried on trucks. The plutonium went to the Nevada National Security Site about 90 miles northwest of Las Vegas. Nevada sued the DOE that month to stop the shipments, arguing that the agency had not properly considered the environmental impacts of shipping the materials. The agency's plan to move a total of 1 ton of material to the Nevada site. Nevada officials were angered by the disclosure and pledged to hold the Trump administration accountable. I am beyond outraged by this completely unacceptable deception from the U.S. Department of Energy, Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak said in a statement. The department led the state of Nevada to believe they were engaging in good faith negotiations with us regarding a potential shipment of weapons-grade plutonium, only to reveal that those negotiations were a sham all along. They lied to the state of Nevada, misled a federal court, and jeopardized the safety of Nevada's families and environment, he said. Senator Jackie Rosen called the move deceitful and unethical and said it jeopardizes the health and safety of thousands of Nevadans and Americans who live in close proximity to shipment routes. So bottom line is, our government basically gave a middle finger to Nevada when Nevada said don't be shipping weapons-grade plutonium here. They shipped it anyways, but what are they going to do with that plutonium? And now that this article is out, how many people that do not like America, that have weapons of mass destruction capability, are reprogramming their targets to be Nevada?
Yeah. That's probably one of the sites they're going to go to and try to
Not that Vegas wasn't a target anyways, but
did they ship it area?
We know there's a lot of weird, secretive stuff that has happened in Nevada over the decades. So all of Nevada is probably a big target area, but if it wasn't, it is now.
Did they ship it to Area 51?
Right. Who knows?
Or Area whatever it is?
Area 51.
Oh, that's what, they're naming it, but pretty sure they got a name for it themselves. Yeah. Just to keep it hidden from the public.
Yep.
But wasn't plutonium a big thing back after, D-Day or something like that? Where they wanted plutonium?
It's used to make nukes.
Yeah, make stuff.
Yeah. Weapons-grade plutonium is how we make nuclear bombs. Why are we making nukes in Nevada, Trump administration?
And then you want to make America great again? Come on.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're making nukes. Is he planning something to stay on top? There's people targeting us. Let's just be ready just in case. Man, come on.
Yep. Oh, what's good, Michael? How you feeling?
All right. Just waiting for my day to end at work. Because it's my Friday now. It's my Friday.
Well, happy Friday to you. Thursday to the rest of the world. Unless you're in a part of the world where it's no longer Thursday.
I'm just what
Friday. Up, Dustin? I see that you're lurking. Hiding over there in the background.
Yeah, and they're changing some policies at work.
Yeah?
So instead of having 9 occurrences, which a lot of people take advantage, now it's down to 5. So you either have to come to work or just add up and get fired.
They're making it stricter?
Yep. Really making it tight. Not sure when it's going to change, though. Because there's a lot of people, they take advantage of those 9 occurrences. Because the no-call, no-show is 1. Being late is half. And then it'll affect our bonus. So if you have 0, you'll get more. But if you have 1 or 2, you get less.
I need ink too. I keep forgetting. I need to go get some printer ink. I'm out.
What, printer ink?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, we've been live for an hour and 45 minutes, and I think we're good. I've got other stuff to get done today, so.
Yeah, kind of waiting for Saturday a little bit too, for myself.
Yeah? Why, was Saturday?
3 Monkeys. It's my birthday Saturday.
Oh, yeah, your birthday is Saturday. I forgot.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. I apologize. That makes me feel like an asshole.
Oh, ain't no worries. Only because we're going to be at 3 Monkeys, though. You know, we're going to be somewhere doing something.
Makes me feel like an asshole. So,
No.
we're out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. I got to go find somebody to raid. Shoot.
It's raiding time. Time to go raid.
Raid time. What time is it?
It's raid time.
We're going to have to make a button for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be tight. Yeah, the raid, just hit it. Have it to where, like, the alarm's going off, and then it says raid.
Yeah.
Raid time after it. Yeah.
So I'm going to go pick somebody for us to raid.
All right.
See who's live right now. Logging in. Log in, dog. Oh, you hush. I don't want to hear from you. Somebody's doing a PayPal giveaway. Oh, that's a rerun. Boo, reruns. End of the month elite controller giveaway, and this guy's in some sort of costume.
Latest tech news. Twitter says it's removed accounts tied to Russia, Iran, and Venezuela.
There's too many people in that one. I gotta go find some lower number of viewers.
Facebook removes 800 fake accounts and accounts to Iran. So we're only about 14 days out to spring training. So we should,
Yes. Thank goodness.
right?
Thank goodness. Bring on baseball. Football season is over. Bring on baseball.
Bring it in.
This beat is kind of annoying.
That little
Thank you.
perka, 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 perka.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, for the best comfort in your butt while you're gaming or sitting for long periods of time, we suggest Vertigear chairs. Check them out at the link in chat, or you can find the link on the YouTube video below. Who are we going to raid today? Well, there's a mechanic live changing head gaskets in a 2006 Ford Escape. Who knows this? Hey, there's the Daily Funk.
Maybe we should go raid the Daily Funk.
I don't think we can rate ourselves, bro. I don't work like that. I made a mistake the other day, and I went to a podcast category and rated the Libertarian Network.
Oh. Oops.
I saw a peace sign on a flag in the background, and it was a talk show, so I figured, oh, no, these guys are probably pretty like-minded, but some of it was way out there.
Oh.
It seems like this takes forever and ever. It takes longer and longer every time.
Well, you always got to find the ones to raid.
Yeah.
You got to see what they're doing. Because you don't want to go in and just raid some person that's doing who knows what.
Yes, that is very true. Kind of picky about who we raid now. But we're losing viewers. We got to raid quick. I like Tim the Tab Man, but he's already got 41,000 viewers right now, so we don't need to add to that gene pool.
No, we don't. He already has enough.
Yeah. 43,000.
I can imagine the chat just going.
Yeah.
You can't even read it.
Well, a lot of times when he's live now, he has his chat set to. Oh my goodness, this is why I can't find anybody. I don't have my category set to English. Why don't I have an English filter on? A lot of times he has his chat set to sub only.
Oh yeah, that makes sense for some.
Yeah. Shush. No, not you. That was an accident. A lot of people are showing reruns these days. What's up with that?
Helps keep their channel going. And for people that missed it,
They get more, like, you get more views on.
I would think either views or followers, because then they'll be like, oh, this person's pretty cool.
Huh.
And then when they actually go live, then they'll actually go back
Yeah,
on.
but if you're
and
playing a rerun, what if nobody's watching the rerun? Doesn't that make your average viewer count go down?
No, I'm not sure. Could be.
Like, if nobody's watching it, I'd assume the viewer count would tank.
Well, if nobody's watching, shouldn't it just stay at that viewer count? Shouldn't it just stay right there? The only thing you're going to lose is followers. Because they're like, oh, they're just constantly putting rerun.
Yeah, possibly. Possibly. You know, this guy looks interesting. He looks like it could be fun. So here we go. We're going to raid Bryce JW Gamer. Just because. Switch back. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow morning. See ya. Same bad time, same bad place, same bad channel. Adios, muchachos.
Adios.
Bye.
See ya.
Good morning, YouTube, or afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Good news, we're doing a weekly giveaway on our YouTube channel for Amazon gift cards. All you got to do to enter is like the video, give us a subscribe, and comment below. The more comments you give us on the weekly videos for that week, we go Monday through Sunday, the more chances you have of being entered, basically. So I'm going to go through whatever the most creative content is as far as your comments go, and I'll pick a winner, and I'll send you a gift card. It's pretty simple. Free money. Who likes free money? I know I do. Subscribe. Have a good day.